of the night. The Warriors 9-0 at home in the playoffs. Steph and company playing in front of the home crowd. Jason Tatum was terrible shooting last night. Steph was not. Historically hot early on, hitting 3 after 3.
Yeah, you can't let him walk into one like that to start the game, and then here you get the switch. Grant Williams not up, and they let Steph Curry get into his rhythm early in the game. Here, once again, miscommunication on a down screen, and he was cooking to get that crowd going.
6 threes in the first quarter, a finals record, and now on to the third. They had 38 points in the third quarter. Curry with the floater.
Hit him any which way. He had him from deep early, and then he got the mid-range and the drives going in the second half.
Andre Iguodala getting into the act off the assist from Jordan Poole. He drops a 3. Things aren't looking good for the Celtics. The Warriors are up by 12 at the end of 3 legs, and then what the heck happened?
Yeah, best third quarter team in the league. They established control. You think it's going to be status quo, and then this happens. One of the 2 stars had to get hot eventually. It was Jaylen Brown at the start of the quarter that really got their offense going.
Brown has 10 points, 5 assists in the fourth quarter alone. And how about that midseason pickup, Derek White?
What an amazing postseason he has had for the Boston Celtics. Incredible, really, after the birth of his first child. Derek White hasn't missed a shot since, I don't think. And then, of course, the vet Al Horford, what a postseason run he has had as well. Big threes down the stretch.
Yeah, in his first finals game, Horford leads the Celtics in scoring. Now they're on a 9-0 run. Look at Steve Kerr.
I feel you, Steve.
This.
I don't know either.
Oh, man, they hit 9 threes in the fourth. That's a 14-0 run right there.
Great ball movement, sharing it. Jason Tatum, give him credit, man. He did not have his night shooting the basketball, but his playmaking was really a huge difference maker. Take advantage of the way the Warriors were playing him.
Yeah, he had 13 assists, a career high, and Horford's first ever finals game. Triumphant 26 points, 6 rebounds. Curry finished with 34 and 5 boards. Here's Ime Udoka after the Celtics win.
Yeah, that's kind of who we've been all year. Tough grinders, resilient group that we can always know we can rely on our defense to kind of buckle down when needed. Impressive against a really elite scoring team.
They hit 21 threes, and Marcus Smart, Al Horford, and Derek White combined for 15 of them.
My gut reaction, just what I just witnessed, was they just came in, played a hell of a fourth quarter, and you got to give them credit. And it's pretty much as simple as that.
The Celtics turned up the heat over those final 12 minutes. They outscored Golden State 40-16. That 24-point margin is the largest in any quarter of any NBA Finals game in history. And those 9 threes that I referenced, that was tied for the most in any quarter in NBA history. Back with legs, back with Vince Carter. First team ever to win by double digits after trailing by double digits entering the fourth. What the heck happened?
Yeah, listen, I'm sitting there saying, and to quote Anchorman, Will Ferrell Anchorman, that really escalated quickly out there. I mean, that's really what I felt like, Vince. Watching that, I'm sitting there saying, okay, third quarter, the Warriors did what they normally do. They established control. And look, Steph Curry sits down at the start of the fourth. And now you think this is where Golden State's defense sort of keeps the lead, because their defense is elite too, but that's not what happens at all. Boston Celtics role players stepped up, knocked down every shot. Look, they were overloading to Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and they took advantage of it. They moved the basketball well, but a lot of these looks are open, uncontested three-point shots, and give those guys credit because they towed them up and they knocked them down. I thought Jaylen Brown, Vince, was the key to the entire thing because he got his game rolling in the start of the fourth quarter. Individually, really, just doing everything off the bounce, got to his mid-range, got to the rim. He carried them and kept their head above water, and then the three-point shooting took over the game. But by the way, simultaneously, they shut the Warriors down completely during that stretch, and you get a 40-16 fourth quarter. I don't think anybody could believe really how stark that contrast was in the fourth based on what we had just seen in the previous quarter.
I mean, Vince, how stunning was it from your perspective?
It was stunning, and you asked what the heck happened. You look at that highlight, and what was the common denominator? They played a small lineup. They put Al Horford at the 5. And putting Al Horford at the 5, yes, he's able to post up. He can work in the post, but it opened the floor up a little bit, and now you see the drive, the drift to a swing, wide open 3. Kevon Looney is still in the paint, trying to find somewhere to go. There's another swing. Kevon Looney in the paint, and the help, open 3s. And now, here's again, double team. Marcus Smart swing, gets into the paint. now Al Horford's able to work into the paint. So those are the things right there that it was the difference for me in the fourth quarter, because the floor was now wide open. And Al Horford's ability to shoot the three, but yet Golden State's bigs, they had to help, because Jaylen Brown was in attack mode. Help usually come from their bigs, swing, open threes, and that was the difference maker as opposed to what we saw in the first three quarters.
Yeah, and the Warriors had the rebounding edge early until down the stretch. Draymond Green, when they went to that smaller lineup, he only has 1 rebound in the fourth. Would you like them to stay with that bigger lineup looking ahead to game 2?
I thought one of their biggest weapons in the first half was the offensive rebounding with Kevon Looney. I mean, they were punishing the Celtics. I call those chaos points against Golden State. They kill you when you give up a second shot, because typically defensively, when that ball comes off the glass and now you get an offensive rebound, you're nowhere near the guy that you were guarding at the start of the possession, and you're scrambling out.
Right.
And that's when Golden State punishes you. And that actually was a concern for me, to think Golden State was down 2 and a big majority of their offense was coming off the offensive glass. I thought that might be a bad sign. But then the third quarter happened, and I thought, okay, no, they're going to be fine in this game. But I do like Kevon Looney out there with Draymond. I think he played so well on the offensive glass in the Dallas series. Now, this is a guy that's got to come in and give you those second chance points. He also is a guy that's a pick and roll threat as well. They sort of lost that because Draymond was at the top of the key the entire fourth quarter.